In the beginning there was Jack, and Jack had a groove, and from this groove came the grooves of all grooves. And while one day viciously throwing down on his box, Jack boldly declared, "Let there be a."
This is Avicii.
And how music was born.
Levels.
Yeah.
Avicii. Turn on, tune in, listen.
Are you tuned to Avicii levels?
Hey guys, welcome to the show. This month on Levels, I have a very special show for you. So on the show today, I'm gonna be playing all the tracks from a brand new remix album that just came out this week. This album basically kind of came together just out of necessity for me to be able to play the songs from my album live. Because with True, I went in a very, very different direction and I kind of tried to make songs and it was more songwriting than actual producing. So the kind of whole production aspect of everything really comes together in the remix album, and I really decided that I should kind of make my own interpretation or another interpretation of each track. So basically I remixed every single song on the album. I didn't want it to be like an edit of any of the songs, but I really wanted to completely reinterpret them and fully remix them. So it was a big project, but I'm really happy I did it because, I mean, I play most of them in my set. Most of these remixes I play in my sets live, and also a lot of them has been older songs before that never really had a chance to get released. So there's a lot of those. Before I get into the album, I wanted to play you a new exclusive track from Prydz, and Eric has done it again. Here's Liberate.
Turn on, tune in, listen. This is Avicii. Levels.
really looking forward to playing this one out. And I mean, I'm super excited because Eric has recently announced that he'll be releasing an artist album later this year. And his music has always been on another level and a personal inspiration of mine. And I consider him to be one of the greatest producers out there and one of the most innovative ones too. So I really can't wait to hear what he's done. So it's time now to hear some of the new tracks from my album Avicii by Avicii. So the first one I'm gonna play is the Addicted to You remix. Initially this was actually a song with Stephen Rabel, who is currently relevant with Afrojack's new single 10 Feet Tall. He's the singer there. So we did a single together and I really loved the top line, but I didn't feel that this was the right hook for it. So this hook has just been around for a long time and it's been lots of different things in my set, but it finally ended up being the Addicted to You remix. So I'm really happy that I can finally release it and it's finally gonna be out.
To you, hooked on your love, like a powerful drug. I can't get enough of. Lost in your eyes, drowning in blue, out of control. What can I do? I'm addicted to you.
So that was my Hey Brother remix, and this, I just wanted to kind of go a little bit dirtier, I guess, or a little bit more to what first got me into house music. And the first song that really inspired me to start making house music was Teasing Mr. Charlie by Steve Angelo. So I always kind of loved that acid sound, and with this one I've also had this melody for a while. I had it for an old song that I used to play a lot before, but again I never got a chance to release it, so this was the perfect opportunity for me to kind of mix it together with Hey Brother, because I didn't know which other way to interpret it. So next up in the mix will be my remix of Liar Liar. So this one actually features guitars from Joakim Berg from the band Kent. It's a Swedish rock band, which I'm a huge fan of. And I work with Joakim. He's such a great guy, really a genius when it comes to melody. And I've always been a fan of him. And the other parts, the main hook, has also been one of those hooks that's just been lying around, and I've always loved it. It's been so energetic, so it just kind of fit perfectly into the vibe of the Blondfire Liar Liar vocals. So this is Liar Liar, Avicii by Avicii.
Coming at you on all levels, Avicii.
as we're walking home. Iron hearts all turn to rust. Blood tears in the rain of the concrete. Kiss these apocalypse. Chasing shadows of ideals that don't exist anymore. We need to find a way. We are going under. Will the past wanna last? My last is to wonder. We are going under. Will the past wanna last? My last is to wonder.
Sometimes my knees can barely hold me up. I'm no fool, but it's sad. You gotta walk a mile to get out of my head. Going in, tasty luck. Take a little bit and baby, don't you give up. Get your life, give a damn. You gotta make a move to show me where we can stand. Lay me down in darkness. Tell me what you see. Love is where the heart is. Show me I'm the one, tell me I'm the one that you need. Come on, lay me down in darkness. Tell me what
You're listening to a special episode of Levels with me, Avicii. So that was my remix of Lay Me Down, and for that one, I used an old Tony Braxton remix that's been lying around forever. I think that hook has been everything. It's been a Wake Me Up remix in some of my sets. It's been used, I've used tons of acapellas over it, but I never actually released it. So now I finally get to release it with Lay Me Down, and since I wanted to reinterpret every track with Lay Me Down, such a funky, disco-y type track, I wanted to kind of go away from that and go back to making something more housey and melodic housey that I've usually made. So like that hook fits in really well with that. I'll have more tracks from the album a little later in the show, but right now this is a new wicked remix from Chocolate Puma. It's Janelle Monáe, Dance Apocalyptic, the Chocolate Puma remix.
Make her dance, apocalyptic.
was New World Sound with their new track Colors. Time for some more exclusive first place from my new remix album. So this is the Shame on Me remix, and it's a kind of down-tempo version of the original, which was great because I've always loved the kind of glitchy sound, and it was a very kind of fun way to me to interpret this track because it's always been one of my personal favorite ones. So yeah, so this is Shame on Me, Avicii by Avicii.
Shame on me for loving you, but you can't deny that you've been untrue. Lie so sweet, but you love to tease. You're putting out fire with the gasoline. Da 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 da. Hot baptized and born again. I'ma raise hell to the bitter end. I'm a crazy little bitch in the first degree. Shame on you for loving me. Shame
Levels.
Okay, so that was my Dear Boy remix. And with Dear Boy, I didn't really know where I wanted to go because it was really hard because the vocal already has that kind of happy sound to it. So I had to come up with a hook or an instrumental hook that would kind of fit the vocal and it would kind of keep that happy vibe with it, but at the same time completely reinterpret it. So it's kind of like a slowed down version, but still very energetic. I don't really know how to describe it. So just 3 more remixes to hear from my true remix album. And up first is You Make Me. And this remix, again, I just wanted to tackle it very differently. And the original is so piano based. So here I wanted to kind of try to make it a little bit darker. I kind of took some inspiration from Sweet Dreams and a mishmash of different inspirations. And I tried to make something that would just give the track a whole other approach. So remixing Wake Me Up was always going to be the hardest one, as it was so many people's favorite track from the album. I recently heard that it was one of the most streamed songs in history on Spotify, which is so amazing and it's so humbling. And with this remix, I tried to go just more melodic. I guess it's kind of more a chilled out version and with more melody and more kind of melodic glitter on top of everything, and it's more of a listening version of it. And I already know from beforehand that I didn't want to try to top Wake Me Up, you know, so I really wanted to kind of tackle it in another way and make it sound really different from the original.
Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream. Well, life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes, so that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I
finishing off the album preview will be Hope There's Someone. So this is the full length Hope There's Someone club mix, which hasn't been released anywhere. I've been playing in my sets forever, but now it finally gets a release.
Hope there's someone who'll take care of me when I die. Will I go? And hope there's someone who'll set my heart free. Nice to hold when I'm tired. There's a ghost love as we are devoted. Love as bright as a star exploded. Time will tear us apart, I know it. But tangled up as we are tonight, 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 it's the beginning of the world.
You're in tune to Avicii Levels.
So that was Lazy Rich and special features with Beginning of the World. So my time is up for another month, and the last one for me is this brand new from MOGUAI. He resurrected the ACIIID sound for 2014. So this is MOGUAI ACIIID.
Avicii Levels.